Hi everyone, welcome to the first video in a series of us yapping through life.
We'll start off with a quick round of introductions about both of us.
I'll
And
go first.
yeah, you go first.
I'm Ritvik. I'm currently working in Titan as a product manager for Fast Track Watches. I joined Titan as a part of the TAS batch of 2023. Before joining TAS, I was pursuing my MBA from IIM Ahmedabad, wherein I had interned at Procter and Gamble in my summers. Before joining IMA, I was working as an investment banking analyst in a startup which I had joined after completing my BTech in computer science from SRM Chennai. I've grown up in Calcutta, and apart from that, I follow a lot of sports, especially football. And I've just started following F1, and I'm stoked about the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. I also like to travel a lot. I just visited my 20th country last month, and my most favorite part is being chronically online, especially on Twitter. Sorry, I mean X, even though I don't post there.
Great to know. He doesn't post anywhere, by the way, so it is not just a Twitter thing. But
Sure. Uh, you introduce yourself.
sure. Um, so I'm Snoohi. I have grown up in Jamshedpur and Delhi, and after my schooling, I went to do my engineering in VIT Vellore, where initially I had enrolled in instrumentation, but after a year of that, I ended up migrating my branch to electrical and electronics. I think the 4 years at VID were the best uh, part of my academic life because I got to do a bunch of different things, dabbled in different sports, got to quiz at the national level, got to do parliamentary debating at the international level, and just the kind of people that I met, people from different countries, different races, different backgrounds. It was a great experience. And I also got to serve as the personal assistant to a member of parliament. I got to work in the shop floor of Tata Steel, and I think I've still I'm still always trying to chase the high that I got from all of these different kind of experiences to this day in my life. Uh, but yeah, so right after my BTech ended, I ended up joining XLRI for my MBA, where I interned with BCG over the summer, and after completing my MBA, I joined TAS, same batch as you. And yeah, after my 4 stints there, I ended up joining Titan, but I joined the jewelry division. So I joined Tanishk as the area manager for Bangalore. And besides that, I spend most of my day reading, listening, and researching about random obscure topics on the internet that will add zero value to my life. And I love playing any sport. I think cricket, racket sports, anything with you.
Great. What would you want to talk about next?
You say, where would you want to start? From our intro, where would you want to start?
I think let's start in the reverse chronological order. Let's start with our jobs.
You start with your job. What does product manager at Fast Track mean?
अच्छा, so फास्ट ट्रैक इज अ वॉच ब्रांड एंड हमारे पास एक यूनिवर्स ऑफ वॉचेस है. Now we break up that entire universe of watches into three different clusters basis some internal metrics. And for one of those clusters, I am the end-to-end owner for the entire life cycle of it.
इसका क्या मतलब होता है, एंड टू एंड लाइफ साइकिल ओनर?
हम्म, अच्छा, तो समझाने के लिए आई break down the entire journey of making a watch into 7 different stages. How do we start off from its inception to launching a watch in the market? इसको मैं 7 stages में break down करता हूँ. It will be easier to understand. So the first and the most important stage of launching a watch is to understand who would be the buyer of the watch, जो consumer होगा of the watch. एंड हम उस कंज्यूमर को डेप्थ में समझते हैं, एकदम इन एंड आउट, कि वो कहाँ रहते हैं, वो क्या करते हैं, वो क्या पहनते हैं, वो क्या खाते हैं, वो क्या देखते हैं. तो एकदम इन डेप्थ अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द कंज्यूमर. एंड साइड बाय साइड हम पैरेलली ये भी देखते हैं कि मार्केट में कॉम्पिटिटिव ब्रांड्स क्या ऑफर कर रहे हैं, व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट थिंग्स व्हिच आर ट्रेंडिंग इन द मार्केट. वो
मेरा एक ही सवाल है कि कोई क्या खाता है, इसका उसके घड़ी से क्या लेना देना?
अरे, इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आई मीन पीपल यूज फूड एज अ मीन्स ऑफ सेल्फ एक्सप्रेशन. लोग आजकल फैशन के आप जितने भी डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स देखोगे, द थिंग्स दैट आर कमिंग अप, यू वुड सी इयररिंग्स, यू वुड सी ब्रेसलेट्स which are inspired by, let's say, an ice cream or a donut. जो आजकल charms आते हैं, if you see Crocs जो charms आजकल सेल कर रहा है, it would have let's say an ice cream shaped charm, a donut shaped charm. So snackification as a trend in the entire fashion industry is a very big thing. And
Oh, no, I had no idea. My God.
yeah, so it's very important कि हम उनके एक एक चीज को समझें, both the consumers and whatever is trending in the market right now and whatever would trend for the foreseeable future. तो जब हम हमारे पास ये पूरी अंडरस्टैंडिंग आ जाती है, तो हम सेकंड स्टेज पे मूव ऑन करते हैं, विच इज़ द डिज़ाइन स्टेज. अब इस स्टेज में हम अपने डिज़ाइनर्स के साथ बैठते हैं. वी कम अप विथ मल्टीपल डिफरेंट ऑप्शंस as to how the watch would look, and it is a back and forth process. Multiple rounds of feedback होते हैं, but both from us as well as from them, and we narrow down on some certain options of how the watch would look. अब जब हमारे पास ये ऑप्शंस आ जाते हैं, वी मूव ऑन टू द थर्ड स्टेज, विच इज़ द एक्चुअल फिजिकल प्रोटोटाइप सैम्पलिंग स्टेज. यहाँ पे हम जो ऑप्शंस ऑफ वॉचेस हमने डिज़ाइन किए थे वो फैक्ट्री को देते हैं, एंड दे गिव अस द एक्चुअल फिजिकल प्रोटोटाइप्स ऑफ द वॉचेस. इस स्टेज पे हम वॉच को हम अपने हाथ पे बिठा के देखते हैं, हाउ इट इज़ फिटिंग ऑन द रिस्ट, हाउ डज इट लुक ऑन इंडियन स्किन टोन्स, हाउ डज इट रिएक्ट टू स्वेट, हाउ डज इट रिएक्ट टू बॉडी हेयर, डज इट hurt the body hair, how does it look on the different fashion outfits that would style them for different occasions where we would wear them, and we show it to multiple people around to get a comprehensive feedback on the watch overall. And once we have all of these feedback, we modify the designs to come up with the final design of the watch. एंड पैरेलली हम ये भी करते हैं कि जब हमारे पास फाइनल डिज़ाइन ऑफ द वॉच आ जाता है, तो हम अपने डिफरेंट चैनल टीम्स को ये वॉचेस के डिज़ाइंस देते हैं. तो व्हेन यू थिंक ऑफ चैनल टीम्स, थिंक ऑफ देम एज सेल्स टीम्स. तो हमारे जो सेल्स होते हैं वो एसेंशियली दो मेजर मोड्स पे होते हैं. वन इज़ योर ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म्स एंड सेकंड इज़ योर ऑफलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म्स. व्हेन यू थिंक ऑफ ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म्स, यू कैन थिंक ऑफ इट कि हमारे तीन डिफरेंट चैनल्स हैं ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म्स पर. वन इज़ आवर ओन वेबसाइट fasttrack.com, through which we sell watches. Second is your e-commerce platforms like Flipkart, Amazon, Myntra, and the third is quick commerce channels, Blinkit, Instamart. We all sell our watches through those platforms as well. And second, now let's move on to the offline channel part. Offline channels में हमारे चार different channels हैं. First is your fast track stores, जो exclusively fast track watches sell करते हैं. सेकेंड इज द टाइटन वर्ल्ड स्टोर, जहाँ पे टाइटन के इन हाउस ब्रांड्स अपार्ट फ्रॉम फास्ट ट्रैक वो भी रिटेल होते हैं. थर्ड इज मल्टी ब्रांड रिटेलर्स, जहाँ पे आउटसाइड ऑफ टाइटन अदर कॉम्पिटिटिव ब्रांड्स ऑल्सो सेल. एंड फोर्थ इज द लार्ज फॉर्मेट स्टोर्स which are your lifestyle, Shopper Stop and Pantaloons. There are other smaller channels as well, but these are our all major channels. तो हम जब फाइनल डिज़ाइंस ऑफ द वॉच लॉक इन हो जाते हैं, हम इनको ये डिज़ाइंस देते हैं, एंड दे गिव अस अ डिमांड एस्टिमेट ऑफ हाउ मच दे वुड सेल इन देयर ओन चैनल्स. तो ये कोलेट करके हमारे पास एक एक्चुअल एस्टिमेट आता है ऑफ हाउ मेनी वॉचेस वी वुड प्रोड्यूस. तो अब जब हमारे पास फाइनल डिज़ाइन एंड द नंबर ऑफ वॉचेस टू बी प्रोड्यूस्ड का इन्फॉर्मेशन आ जाता है, वी मूव ऑन टू द फोर्थ स्टेज विच इज द एक्चुअल प्रोडक्शन स्टेज. We share both of these inputs to the factory team and they start the production of the watches in the desired numbers, and this is the designs that we're given them. After the watches are produced, we move on to the fifth stage, which is the pricing stage. Here we price the watches basis our cost, our value offerings, and we lock in the actual final price of the watch. Once the watches are priced and the physical watch stock is ready, we move on to the sixth stage wherein the watch actually hits the market. It is sent to different stores across channels on different platforms for retailing. And once the watches hit the market, we move on to the final stage, the seventh stage, which is the analysis stage. इस स्टेज में वी ऑलवेज हैव टू बी ऑन आवर टोज सो दैट वी कैन इंश्योर कि हर स्टोर में, हर चैनल में अक्रॉस द कंट्री वॉच का स्टॉक अवेलेबल है अक्रॉस डिफरेंट प्लेटफॉर्म्स एज वेल. एंड हमें जो एक और चीज़ करनी पड़ती है विच इज़ टू एनालाइज कि हाउ द वॉचेज आर परफॉर्मिंग इन द मार्केट. यहाँ पे कभी किसी रीजन में वॉचेज अच्छा कर रहे होते हैं, किसी स्टोर में, किसी जोग्राफी में, तो वहाँ से हमारे पास एक सेट ऑफ लर्निंग्स आती है कि क्यों वॉचेज अच्छा कर रही है, लोगों को क्या पसंद आ रहा है उसमें, इज देयर सम रीजन विच इज़ वाई द वॉचेज आर डूइंग वेल. एंड सेकेंड इज वेन एवर द वॉचेज आर नॉट डूइंग वेल, वहाँ पे हम इंटरवेंशंस करते हैं बेसिस आवर लर्निंग्स कि हम क्या कर सकते हैं, इज देयर एनी पुश दैट वी नीड टू डू. तो हमारे पास ये पूरे गैमेट ऑफ लर्निंग्स आता है on where the watches did well, why they did well, why they did not do well, and we enrich our learnings and take it forward because it's an iterative process. एक कलेक्शन का लाइफ साइकिल खत्म हुआ तो दूसरा कलेक्शन इज ऑलवेज देयर. तो ये पूरा इटरेटिव प्रोसेस है. एंड सिंस दिस इज अ क्लस्टर दैट आई एम एन ओनर ऑफ, मेरे पास एक कलेक्शन नहीं होता, मेरे पास मल्टीपल कलेक्शंस होते हैं और सारे कलेक्शंस डिफरेंट लाइफ स्टेजेस में होते हैं एट एनी पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम. तो ऑन एनी गिवन डे मुझे सातों स्टेज का काम करना पड़ता है फॉर मल्टीपल डिफरेंट कलेक्शंस. तो ये लगता होगा कि लीनियर प्रोसेस है, बट व्हेन आई एम डूइंग इट, फॉर मी इट इज ऑल डिफरेंट स्टेजेस दैट आई हैव टू डू ऑन अ सिंगल डे. So that is what a product manager at Fast Track would do on an ideal day.
गॉट इट, बहुत ही अच्छा समझाया। मुझे लग रहा है कि कल से मैं भी ये जॉब कर सकती हूँ इतने डिटेल में समझने के बाद। बट नहीं, ऑल्सो बिकॉज मैंने यूजुअली प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर्स जब भी देखा है, मोस्टली फ्रॉम माई बी स्कूल बैचमेट्स, दे आर ऑल इन सॉफ्टवेयर प्रोडक्ट कंपनीज। आई थिंक दिस इज द फर्स्ट टाइम दैट आई एम हियरिंग एनीवन टॉक अबाउट a physical product in so much detail, and a product manager role in a physical product company in so much detail. So then that's why it was great to know.
Fair enough. You would like to speak about your job?
Um, sure. So, the CEO of a company broadly looks after all the different verticals in the company. Everything about the company would flow into the CEO and then dissipate onto the organization. And they're in a way, the end decision maker, the end executive, the end strategy of any company. Uh, and that is my role. Okay. Okay. No, no. So, okay. So if we take the CEO role and we strip it down to its lowest level, um, you'll come. We'll come to the smallest unit of any company, which is the store where the products are actually selling, and all our stores, basically the entire geography, is divided into multiple small factions or clusters. So Bangalore city, for example, is one such geography divided into multiple such clusters, and I am the area manager, the business manager for this cluster. So you can think about it in two ways. Then um, first is the strategic sales part of it, which is how much business we are expecting to do in a certain month, what are the levers that we have in that month that we need to leverage in terms of any seasonal trends or any discounts and offerings going on. What are some things that we need to action out from our end, keeping multiple market prospects in mind, by keeping a close eye on customer demands, on competitor offerings, so on and so forth. Essentially, this is the part where we need to be very very close to the pulse of the market, um, understand our store in and out, and then ensure that we deliver on the promise that we're making, because the entire organization behind us is trying their level best to um, trying their level best to make the company successful. And this is the last focal point where that actually ends up happening when you are interfacing with the customer. So this is one angle. The another angle of it is, if you think about stores as stores, or as these units as a custodian of the brand. So for any person, like you and me, our highest frequency interaction with any brand would be whenever we interact with that brand in the market. So then every aspect of it starts playing a role in how you perceive that brand, or the value that that brand is able to convey to you, starting from the look and feel of the store, to the kind of products that are there, to where the products are kept, what is the merchandising behind the products, what are the different visual elements in the store, what all are the different customer engagement activities that we are doing within the store. um, all of this will then play a role into us interfacing successfully with our customer. But that is not to say that I am doing all of this alone for my set of stores. We do have a lot of support from our support functions as well, who specialize in these roles, but we have to liaison with them to get it done for our stores. And yeah, but besides both of these two things, then on a day to day basis, I would also be handling a lot of customer escalations, a lot of things that um, go wrong in retail, or in any for that matter, if you're operating any storefront, you tend to have a lot of operational challenges on a day to day basis, which you need to fend off and firefight. So that's also a that's also a significant portion of my day. But that's also what keeps it very interesting. No 2 days look alike. And yeah, that's all.
So essentially, what I understood is you are the CEO of your territory, and you have to do a lot of firefighting on a daily basis.
That is exactly how I like to describe my job to flatter myself. Yes.
I mean, we all want to. But is that what your job daily entails? To do a lot of firefighting? Is that something that happens regularly?
No, no. So I mean, um, it wouldn't happen every day, but it definitely happens on most days than not. And also that's not what would take up a lot of your time, because after a point of time the instances start repeating, so you know how to deal with a certain situation. um, a large part of it is also strategic. I mean, just by like I mentioned before, just keeping tabs on what the intelligence is in the market right now, what all is coming up, like you mentioned, like fashion trends, so on and so forth. Very similar thing in jewelry then. What all are the trends in jewelry, what all are people purchasing now, what all are other people doing, what all are our customers expecting, so that we are able to cascade this information back to corporate, where the actual strategic decision making happens at a company level. And then we are also able to work with them and get things
I think
done.
there's a lot of synergy in between how the sales team functions, how we function, because a large part of our day also goes into
Yeah, yeah.
understanding what strategic initiatives other brands are taking in the market
Mm.
intelligence, like you said. I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
also have to look at what are the different new movements which are happening out there in the market in terms of materials, colors, or
Fair
anything.
enough. Yeah, I think a good way to visualize both our jobs in tandem, if you leave aside the fact that we are in different categories, like watches and jewelry, would be to think of a symphony. In my head, that is how I think about it. Is that you would be the person responsible for making all the instruments, and calibrating all the instruments, ensuring that they are world class, that they are sounding as perfect as they need to sound, they're looking great. All of this would be in your purview, and ensuring that they reach the location on time, that there are enough enough instruments for all of us, preparing for if some instrument goes wrong, then you have a fallback option. I think this kind of work would be something that you would be looking after, whereas my work would be more in setting up the program, where I'm reaching out to the right people to come for this for this music show. I'm selecting the people that will be playing these instruments. I'm also selecting the venue where we are expecting this to happen. And uh, only when both parts of the puzzle are pulling their weight will you have a successful show. So it's quite complimentary like that.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a very well explained analogy as to how we both function.
Thank you.
Yeah, but what made you, what motivated you to take up sales after MBA? Because I would tell you where I'm coming from. मैं अपने दोस्तों से बात करूं, अगर उनसे पूछूं कि तुम्हें एमबीए के बाद क्या करना है, तो आई एम श्योर कि सेल्स तो पहला ऑप्शन किसी का भी नहीं निकलेगा, या बहुत एक दो आउट ऑफ अ बैच ऑफ लेट्स से 400 पीपल वुड से दैट सेल्स इज व्हाट आई एम रियली मोटिवेटेड टू टेक अप. तो वाज इट द सेम फॉर यू आल्सो?
तो स्टार्टिंग ऑफ नॉट रियली, क्योंकि पहले तो मुझे आइडिया ही नहीं था कि सेल्स में होता क्या है एग्जैक्टली, क्या रहता है, बिकॉज इट्स I mean, I've never really, if you even watch on YouTube, you'll never have sales people giving talk shows. जैसे स्टैनफोर्ड का एक प्रोग्राम आता है, in which they interview all CEOs, so on and so forth. I had never seen anybody talk about sales as a function. And I think that's also from my limited experience in engineering, because I tend at that point I used to think that these innovative fields or these engineering fields is where the real work happens, and marketing and sales and all are the faff bits of it, कि ये सब तो ग्लोब है, ये सब तो गैस है, असली काम तो इंजीनियर्स ही करते हैं. तो ये मेरा थॉट प्रोसेस था काफ़ी टाइम तक. बट मतलब many things changed in the next 2 years to come. सबसे पहला तो when I went for my internship at BCG, one thing I realized is that I'm uh, too new and I don't know anything about how an organization functions. तो सबसे पहला तो मुझे एक ऑपरेटिव रोल में रहना है एंड ये समझना है कि कोई भी कंपनी फॉर दैट मैटर कैसे काम करती है, कि देर आर सो मेनी डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स, देर आर सो मेनी people in any organization, but how all of them seamlessly interact to make something happen. ये पूरा जो सिम्फनी है इस चीज़ को समझने में बहुत टाइम लगता है. तो दैट इज समथिंग दैट आई वांटेड टू अंडरस्टैंड फर्स्ट हैंड फर्स्ट बिफोर. एंड आई थिंक ये मुझे तब लगता था कि जब तक मैं ये नहीं समझ पाऊँ, बिकॉज देर आर सो मेनी अनसेड रूल्स इन हाउ पीपल इंटरेक्ट विथ ईच अदर, इन हाउ टीम्स इंटरेक्ट विथ ईच अदर, कि एक बार ओनली वंस यू नो ऑल ऑफ दिस कैन यू मेक दिस अ बेसिस फॉर योर कॉर्पोरेट करियर. तो ये मुझे एक चीज़ रियलाइज़ हुई. बट तब भी मुझे ऐसा नहीं था कि आई हैव टू ओनली गो इन सेल्स और मार्केटिंग और ऑपरेशंस और फाइनेंस और एनीथिंग. आई वाज ओपन टू प्रीटी मच एनीथिंग दैट वुड कम अप. तो बट देन आफ्टर माय समर इंटर्न सेकंड ईयर में मैंने काफ़ी केस कॉम्पिटिशन्स करे थे, एंड दोज आर मोस्टली इन द मार्केटिंग डोमेन. तो सपोज you'll have ITC's case comp, ICICI, L'Oreal,
Titan.
Amazon, Titan for that matter. In ये सारे जो case comps होते हैं, they are all strategic exercises, but on the marketing front of it. I think that is so. For these case comps, I started interacting with a lot of people that were mostly B school graduates, most of my seniors who were in the sales and marketing roles, and that is when I started realizing कि it seems. I mean, this is also an effort that marketers do to make it seem effortless, to make it seem like it is very easy, or to make it seem like it is faff. And when it is done so well, it seems so obvious to you that it is seeming effortless, but there is actually a lot of effort, a lot of science that goes on behind it. So this was one thing I realized. The next thing I realized is that in most organizations, these are the revenue drivers. And in my head, the way I interpreted it was that this is where the this is you being in the thick of action. कि भाई ये कि यहाँ पे ही धंधा हो रहा है, एंड जहाँ जिस फोकल पॉइंट पे धंधा हो रहा है, I would rather be there because that is where the frequency of happening action taking place would be the most. And that is also how I uh, and then finally when I got an exposure to what sales roles look like, I thought it was an absolute no brainer. And I think even during my stints then I realized कि यार sitting in front of a laptop in a corporate role is not my thing. I do much better when I'm on my feet, when I'm doing more than I'm. Matlab it is a lot of doing and thinking also, but not just thinking and not just strategizing. And this combination was very, very appealing to me. I think the rawness of sales that a lot of people find very non-appealing is what appeals to me the most. I think I prefer to be in an environment which is which is just raw business, and to me it is great fun, but I can totally understand why it might not be everyone's cup of tea.
बट जस्ट वन मोर क्वेश्चन. लोग कहते हैं कि सेल्स बहुत ही ज़्यादा चैलेंजिंग है. इट्स वेरी फिजिकली ग्रोलिंग. हमेशा नंबर्स का प्रेशर रहता है. इट
Hmm.
इज़ वेरी मेंटली टैक्सिंग. यू डू नॉट हैव एनी फ्री टाइम. इज दैट एक्चुअली ट्रू? इज दैट हाउ योर डे ऑल्सो शेप्स अप?
Yeah, I think no, I think it is true that it takes up a lot of your time, because if you think about it, दुकान तो खुला रहता है ना. आप सुबह उठ के बाहर जाते हो, दुकान खुला रहता है. आप घर वापस आ जाते हो, दुकान तब भी खुला रहता है. जब तक दुकान खुला है, a salesperson's life is in their job. um, Once you get into your house is after that they will shut shop and go back home when your job will stop. So you have to be available for matlab, quite some extended hours. But that being said, I don't think that being available is challenging or as hectic for me in the same way as it is for most people that or most of my B school peers that I would speak to. I'm totally okay being available on my phone. I'm totally okay to have my laptop with me at all points of time. I think that is totally a personal choice for everyone if they want to how involved they want to be, whether somebody wants to shut off at 5 p.m. or whether they're okay with stretching a little bit. Because I think that is also a trade off. I think how interesting my life is in terms of anecdotes that I can share on a day to day basis could not even compare to somebody in a corporate setup. But again, the balance is also much more on the other side of it. But yeah, I do think it is quite physically dwelling here. I think the long hours of travel, just being on your feet, not is something that you don't quite expect coming out of B school. So but yeah, that's there.
But I don't think you would pick anything else over this given a choice initially starting out.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I mean, at so currently at this moment, to me, it feels like I would want to do sales for the rest of my life. I know that that is not going to be the case because at some point you do want to learn more things and you want to explore more things. But I think it is a great field, and um, whenever I move out of sales, it will not be because it is not something I enjoyed or it is not something I thoroughly loved. It is just that we need to keep learning new things because of which I'll be moving out. I also think that I will not move out of this role. I mean, I also think that this is something I really like to do because luxury retail as a field is something that I'm very, very passionate about. I think I've been a mad fanatic um, of all of these legacy luxury brands like Rolex, like Hermes, like um, for that matter, Jaguar, all of your luxury brands, and um, to get the opportunity to work in something that is of that category, to understand the nuances of that category, um, I think it couldn't have worked out better for me, touch wood.
Great, great to hear.
But now moving the spotlight to you. um, did you always know that you want to do marketing?
Um, अच्छा, तो स्टार्टिंग आउट जब मैंने बीटेक ख़त्म किया था, देयर वाज ओनली वन थिंग दैट आई वाज सर्टेन ऑफ आफ्टर डूइंग एन इंटर्नशिप, कि कोडिंग नहीं कर सकता मैं लाइफ भर. आई कैन नॉट वेक अप एवरी मॉर्निंग फॉर द रेस्ट ऑफ माई लाइफ एंड कोड. ये नहीं हो पाएगा मुझसे. एंड आई रियलाइज, एंड थैंक गॉड आई रियलाइज्ड इट एज सुन एज पॉसिबल सो दैट आई कैन टेक स्टेप्स. तो उस टाइम पे मैंने जो किया, उस टाइम पे कोविड हैड जस्ट स्टार्टेड एंड आवर जॉइनिंग्स वर ऑल थोड़ा सा डिलेड एंड ऑल. तो आई हैड सम फ्री टाइम ऑन माई हैंड. आई स्टार्टेड रीडिंग अबाउट फाइनेंस. मैंने उस टाइम पे स्टॉक मार्केट्स के बारे में पढ़ा. आई पिक्ड अप CFA मटेरियल, आई रेड अबाउट दैट एंड आई स्टार्टेड लुकिंग आउट फॉर जॉब्स इन द फाइनेंस इंडस्ट्री, क्योंकि उस टाइम पे वो इंटरेस्टिंग लगा. एंड कमिंग फ्रॉम एन इंजीनियरिंग बैकग्राउंड, यू आर naturally good with numbers to a certain extent that you can pick it up. So finance की jobs I started finding out. I reached out to a lot of people on LinkedIn, cold emails किए, cold DMs किए without any shame, follow-ups किए, and luckily that paid off. I joined a startup which was started by people from premium institutes, let's say people from IITs, BITS, IIMs. So I joined the startup. I started working on investment banking projects, and that was my role. And I worked there for a certain time to see what an investment banking role entails. And by virtue of that, I also realized that what a finance role on a broader spectrum would involve on a day-to-day basis. तो बिफोर जॉइनिंग द बी स्कूल मुझे एक आइडिया था कि फाइनेंस रोल में क्या होता है. बट व्हेन आई एंटर्ड बी स्कूल, आई एंटर्ड विद एन ओपन माइंड, क्योंकि मुझे एक फील्ड के बारे में सब पता है, थोड़ा सा पता है कि क्या चलता है वहाँ पे, बट बाकी जो डोमेन्स है आई हैड नो आइडिया. सो आई थॉट आई विल गो इन विद एन ओपन माइंड. आई विल एक्सप्लोर वॉट एवर कम्स थ्रू. In summers, I joined Procter and Gamble. Since I had a finance background, I joined as a corporate finance intern. But what my project was to build a strategy for a category, to for the product in that category to win in an entire market. So वो project जो था, that was not very limited to corporate finance. It involved a lot of domains to be involved, studying about the entire category, how it operates on ground. तो इसके लिए मैंने काफ़ी market visits किए थे across India. Many different regions I had gone to and met multiple stakeholders, distributors से मिला, retailers से मिला, sales staff से मिला, corporate teams के साथ liaise किया. ये जब किया तो रियलाइज कि कोई भी रिटेल जॉब जो है, आई फाइंड इट वेरी एक्साइटिंग, बिकॉज जो धंधा ग्राउंड पे चलता है, दैट इज़ वॉट पम्प्ड मी. कि वो समझना है कि धंधा कैसे चलता है. जो प्रैक्टिसेस आप देखते हो, द स्ट्रैटेजीज दैट कम थ्रू, इट वॉज सो एक्साइटिंग टू नो अबाउट हाउ इट प्ले आउट ऑन ग्राउंड. एंड that is where my inclination towards sales and marketing came from. After that, when I joined the placements, I was very clear कि sales marketing की तरफ रहना है, because मेरे हिसाब से, like you said, revenue levers जो होते हैं in any retail company would always be towards product marketing. ये जो functions है, to start out a career in that was according to me a good choice, because it will give you a lot of insights into the business. तो sales, marketing and the branding, product कुछ भी कह लो, those were the domains that I would wanted to join. So when TAS came by, in my first year, 4 stints, my first stint was within Titan and with the Fast Track team. तो मैंने उस टाइम पे फास्ट ट्रैक टीम के साथ उनके ब्रांडिंग प्रोजेक्ट पे काम किया था. एंड उस टाइम पे आई हैड गॉट टू नो द पीपल इन डिटेल. आई हैड अंडरस्टूड अबाउट द एंटायर टीम, हाउ द कैटेगरी वर्क्स, व्हाट आर द ब्रांड कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स, हाउ द ब्रांड परसेप्शन इज, एंड आई हैड नोन एवरीथिंग अबाउट द बिजनेस इन डिटेल. एंड मैंने टीम वालों के साथ भी एक अच्छा बॉन्ड बना लिया था. तो आई न्यू कि टाइटन फास्ट ट्रैक इज वेयर आई हैव वर्कड, सेल्स एंड मार्केटिंग इज वेयर आई वांट टू वर्क. तो व्हेन माय TAS final placements came, there was a role open in marketing uh, with the fast track team, and for me it was a no-brainer to join the team at that point of time.
No, no, makes sense. Totally makes sense. But matlab, I'm just thinking that from an overview of business POV, sure, what you said makes total sense, that you would want to be in a, um, in a product kind of a role. But did you also at that point think that you will prefer to be in a corporate setup, or whether you would prefer to be in a on ground setup, or is that something that did not factor in?
I was open to both, to be honest. But since I had worked with the team, I knew that my strengths would play out very well there. I was not close to a sales role, but given a marketing role where I worked, where I knew I could do well, I picked that. And that is not to say that I would not do sales going forward. I would not pick up any role going forward. But उस time पे natural inclination था, तो I picked it up.
Fair enough. That makes sense. Makes sense. But yeah, I think our Abu Dhabi Grand Prix would be starting shortly, and we would be ending this video here. Um, Stay tuned. We will be yapping about many more things in future. And yeah, bye.